remorso pune. Você vem, me agarra, alguém vem, me solta. Você vai na marra, ela um dia volta. E se a força é sua, ela um dia é nossa. Olha o muro, olha a ponte, olha o dia de ontem chegando. Que medo você tem de nós, olha aí. Olha aí. Você corta um verso, eu escrevo outro. Você me prende vivo, eu escapo morto. De repente, olha eu de novo, perturbando a paz, exigindo troco. Vamos por aí, eu e meu cachorro. Olha um verso, olha o outro, olha o velho, olha o moço chegando. Que medo você tem de nós, olha aí. Olha aí. O muro caiu, olha a ponte da liberdade guardiã. O braço do Cristo horizonte abraça o dia de amanhã. Olha aí. Olha aí. Quando o muro separa uma ponte, se a vingança encara, o remorso pune. Você vem, me agarra, alguém vem, me solta. Você vai na marra, ela um dia volta. E se a força é sua, ela um dia é nossa. Olha o muro, olha a ponte, olha o dia de ontem chegando. Que medo você tem de nós. Check on it. Olha aí. Olha aí. Olha aí.
Peace, family. Peace to the east, the west, the north, and the south. Lord Boone is back. Big up to everyone on here who joined us for the conference. Oh, yes, Sid, it's zero worries, my love. Don't worry about it. So everyone, I am back from the conference. I am barely recovered. I see Cheryl on here. I see, who else is on here? I think I see, who else is, Sid is here. Vivian, oh, my hair. Big up. So I wanted to kind of talk to everyone. I know it's been a while. Please put a like on the video if you're coming in the room. My voice is still not recovered. So I want to give a lot of shout outs before I start to all those who joined us for the conference. I want to say this. I hadn't ever had an expectation of what was going to occur at this conference, and everything superseded my level of expectation, of love, of bonding. I feel like I'm like floating on cloud nine, like Cheryl said. I felt like I met, our galactic family, so many people, so much love. It was the most amazing experience. And as you well can hear with my voice, we didn't go to bed till so many, YOLO. It was so many activations. We didn't go to bed. Hey, Selma's there. Big up to Selma in the house who really rocked it out. Listen, before I give a shout out to everyone, let me just say, the family represented in such a way that it was super duper amazing. So much love. We didn't go to bed until like 4 o'clock in the morning every night. So I know a lot of our family should still be asleep. I mean, we were up until literally 4 or 5 in the morning every night since the 30th. And it was hard. It was hard to recover after that. I just got home yesterday, right, Selma and Cheryl? It was amazing. So let me just say this. I want to give a shout out to a lot of the people who came. Big up to Selma, who really rocked it out. That's my right-hand gal. She helped me, assisted me, made sure everything was magical and beautiful, and made sure Flurburn was sane for the event. Big up to Selma. Big up to Carlos. Carlos really represented for the Divine Male. He made sure everything was intact. Yeah, I actually did my hair. My hair is not really, it's barely making it. Big up to Carlos, who really represented, and there was a lot of occultism, a lot of supernatural things. We had Bigfoot show up. I mean, we had UFO sighting. We had some demonics, a lot of walk-ins. We saw twin flames. We had everything. So we're gonna get into that conversation post conference, the recovery. So let's see. I know, where do I start? So everyone who joined us for the conference, like I said, we had Yolo, Yolanda showed up, we had Cheryl, we had Carlos, we had Paco, we had, of course, our wonderful Ada, who was our speaker. Big up to Ada, who did a phenomenal job. She brought us to the new Quantum Leap. We had, of course, Ace, who was a speaker. Thank you, Ace, for showing up and coming. It's his first time doing this and speaking. I'm so proud of you. I know it was something that was so different and out of your element. You did a great job. Of course, Barry Littleton came through, as always, with the intel from the UFOs. Big up to, of course, my partner in the UFO crimes. That's Barry Littleton. Big up to, of course, Netaru, Saki, of course, Salu. Big up to Salu, who was the native indigenous who represented the Creole line, was there. Big up to Vicky, Amy, my goodness, Natasha, Susan and her twin flame. Big up to the twin flames that were in the house. My gosh, everyone. Big up to, oh gosh, I have Cheryl. Cheryl, I already bigged you up, right? Big up to everyone who joined in. I mean, literally, it was off the chain and off the mark. So we're going to discuss a little bit of what occurred in New Orleans. Let me just say, New Orleans is probably the most powerfully supernatural place on this ley line, on the ley lines of the United Snakes of America, more than I ever anticipated. We had so much occurrences. We actually were staying in an occult house. If you want to get a chance to see some of the conference, you have to go to my Patreon. You have the parts of the conference on there. So if you want to see the Masquerade and the conference, you can all go to my Patreon and subscribe to that. Yeah, right, Donna? It was amazing. There was so much occultism. Oh, Mandy was there, Donna. It was so much occultism going on, so many supernatural things. I think literally I'm just recovering from just being rocked out of my mind. So let's kick it up. Thank you for all coming in the house. Please put a like on the video. I'm not going to stay too long with you guys today. I actually have to bring back the van that was there. So let me just say this. We arrived, some people arrived to the conference on Monday. I actually arrived on Wednesday, the 30th. There were a lot of occurrences that were happening previous to the conference. Many people who know that if they were unable to attend, that were booked to attend, there were a lot of things going on in the backlight energetically. There were like waves of energy that were surging through, that were looking for openings to try to keep people from attending the conference. And what's interesting about that, I love when one of the sea stars, I think it was Vicky who said it, or was it, I think it was Vicky who said it. Vicky said, the fact of the matter that so many people were being kept away from the conference, like there were really crazy things that were, yeah, I'm exhausted, I'm tired. There were so many crazy things that were happening that were preventing people from actually coming to the conference. She said she had to come. That's how she knew she had to come. We knew that whatever was going to occur at the conference was going to be super duper off the chain as far as activations, as far as intel, because of the amount of resistance that was coming. I mean, literally, it was knocking people from being able to come there who had reserved their spot. So it's very interesting that as much resistance that came, the amount of powerful, energetic activations was off the charts. I am in awe of what happens at the conference. So came on the 30th. When we entered the property, again, I had a property that was it was a very old manor that was actually denoted to be a place where there was probably a plantation at one time, and there was a beautiful bayou. I told you we were doing on the bayou, and it was absolutely beautiful. And upon going there, we realized that there was an occult house. Now, getting to the house was interesting because once we arrived, we realized at that point that because it was an occult house, there had to be a lot of clearing. So, first thing we noticed was there was bells on the ceiling. So many of you from New Orleans realize that, you're very accustomed to a lot of the homes, the older homes having an occult, kind of like a paranormal feel. This house was that plus some. Okay, so we had pure occultists who owned the house. The property itself had a lot of magic, but also it had a lot of darkness. There were bells on the ceilings of the different rooms. Now, for some of you who don't know what the bells represents, bells are usually put on the ceiling for spirits. They're put there in order to disallow for spirits or ghosts or demons to try to take over a house, right? Yeah, the house was in Louisiana. The house had a lot of history. It was a manor from back in the days. There's stories of some of the things that were going on in the bayou. So first thing we saw was the bells on the ceiling. Also, there were some occult books in the house that were obviously placed out so that we could see them visually. We realized that for me, of course, when I first entered into the house, I felt welcomed. But for others who came in, they felt a darkness that was coming from the bayou. For many of those who were probably slain and also died and were killed, as many of you know, many of the slave plantations did dark magic and dark occultism, and many of the slain people and slaves or people of color were dumped in, and other people were dumped into the waterways of the bayou. So we saw spirits upon coming in. So first time we pulled in, it was a little late. It was rainy and foggy. It was beautiful. It's totally the bayou. It had the mist, like the frightening mist coming in. The house was like in the mist. You couldn't see much. And then as we're pulling in, there was two brown people walking. Now, I didn't see it, but the DJ saw it. I traveled with my DJ, traveled with Carlos and my little ones. So my DJ said he saw two people walking, and he said when he saw them walking, now mind you, I'm driving. I don't see what he saw, but he saw it when we came in. He said they didn't turn around when we were following them, and it was dark. So from that instance, we realized that was most likely spirits or ghosts that he was able to witness. Okay, so once we got in the house, there was a wonderful feeling that I felt, but eerie for others. There was a brotherhood of occult pictures on the walls, some interesting inverted pictures. Again, the bells on the wall as well, which I thought was amazing. Thank you. Thank you. My hair barely lasted through, you guys rarely see my hair out, but everyone at the conference had a chance to see my hair out for the conference. It's a little frizzy now, but it looked quite nice for the conference. So big up to everyone. I was going to at least look, somewhat decent for you and have a different hairstyle for all the folks who joined us. So once we got in the house, we did a clearing in Flurburn fashion. We like to make sure we Palo Santo everything. We cleared the rooms. We went around the house to make sure everything was in order as far as frequency. Again, it was an occultist house. So, and also, coming with a lot of people who were powerfully packed with energy, we knew that we'd be fine. Hey, Kareem, Salou was there, right? So we entered, everything was good in the hood. And then, we had Selma and Barry come. We got them that evening. So first thing Barry said when he entered into the home is that his initial reaction was there was a lot of dark magic, dark things done to his people. He said he felt, and this is wonderful that we have, that's why I love that we had so many eclectic people, wonderful seers who come in. So the first thing he said is he felt a darkness over the bayou, and he felt like there were a lot of his people that were killed and placed in that bayou. Okay, so that was his first initial, and also the picture that we had. For those who saw, if you get a chance to see the video on Patreon, we actually transmuted the energies of the Dark Brotherhood that was on the wall, and we placed divine feminine pictures that blocked it and also transmuted it, and also we placed our shield right at the top of the fireplace. So we were able to transmute the energies and also build a field that it would allow any healing of anything that was dark or malicious that was done on site. So Anyway, so Barry's first intake was that. Also, Sulu also had a feeling that in darkness he felt, he felt very overwhelmed with sadness from the bayou. So we knew at that point that we had to do a clearance and we had to free those who were stuck in the bayou. There was an overwhelming feeling that there would be people in the bayou. There were people who were having sightings on the property, seeing people outside. One person saw somebody waving at them from one of the, a little further down. On the property. There were a lot of eyes around on the property as well. We were being watched very regularly, and we kind of got used to that feeling as we were there. And like I said, we walked around the house and did a clearing to allow to transmute the energy, which was amazing. So I know I'm going to get into it. Please put a like on the video if you come into. I don't even know if anybody's here. Are you guys here? I think you guys are here. Okay. It only says 1 like on the video. Please put a like on the video if you're coming in the house, just as a general common courtesy. So let me go back a step. There were numerous people that were getting attacked for coming to the conference. People were being, either something was going on in their life, they were purposefully messed with. There were a lot of weird things going on previous to those coming into the conference. So we knew right away that previous to the conference, and I will say this, big up to Vicky. I think it was Vicky's picture. Vicky actually took a picture. If many of you remember on our shield, we do our shield every month on the 13th. I added the conference to the shield, saying that anyone who was traveling to Florburn Experience and Conference would be protected. I made sure I added the shield to give an extra layer of shielding to those who were coming into the conference. One of our sea stars captured it on video. So now you will know that anytime you rock with Florburn, you will always be safe. You will know that. She actually took a video of her being on a plane, and on the plane she actually took a video, and she saw she has a picture of the bubble of rainbow that was surrounding the plane. I'm going to share that video with you guys. I shared it to the Cypher crew. It was amazing, right, Cheryl? It was the most stunning thing I've ever seen. It's a testament. I always say that I'm shielding you, but we actually caught it on film. You actually see the rainbow bubble around the plane. It was absolutely insane. I got shivers. Everybody was in shock. So can't stop, won't stop. For those who putting fear into my people, saying they were going to be unsafe or making it seem like people were going to be in danger, I protect everyone who comes and rocks with me. So just know that now there's proof to the pudding, and now we actually have video that confirms that the shield that I do every month is purposeful, and it protected every single person who traveled to the conference. And they can all testify to that. But we actually caught it on tape. So big up to the Sea Star. I will share this in a video on YouTube so you guys get a chance to see the actual bubble, the rainbow bubble going around the plane. It's beautiful. So big up to her for capturing that and taking the time out to even, being able to show that. So that's number one. And like I said, hey, Tiffany. Tiffany was amazing, right? Tiffany joined us. I mean, literally, family, it was the most eclectic, most supernatural, most amazing, most sleepless, most loving, most emotional experience I think I've ever had in my life other than being married. It was amazing. That's how we were I'm even stuttering. That's how amazing it was. We had so many things happening and so many layers. We had twin flames on site. For those who don't believe in twin flames, we actually got a chance to witness what twin flames do. We had 2 sets of twin flames on site. We had those who were in the frequency of love that were into twinning. So we had Borzine and Liz that are twin flames. Big up to our twin flames. We had Susan and her twin flame who actually flew in, and because I'm skipping all over the place. I'm so excited. Hold on, family. I want to make sure I come on time. Okay, what time is it? Because I have to go drop off my truck in a little bit. Okay, so I have a little bit of time with you. I get excited. So let's state this. Let me start at the beginning, and then I'll get into the twin flames because I have to go through the process of how this amazing conference went. So as we cleared the houses, we all, slept in our boudoirs for the night and the evening. we had a chance to witness, well, one of the people first, which was Paco, the DJ, actually witnessed spirits walking right when we walked into the property. And many of the people got a chance to see other spirits walking on the property as well. Mama Fleur, I saw you while in the airport before boarding my plane, which gave me a confirmation of safety. Oh, YOLO saw me. So you saw my etheric body. I was protecting everybody who traveled with us. Every single last person who traveled with us was under my protection. If you rock with Florburn, you must know that I rock with the light, and I make sure that just like I protect my babies, I protect my famille. And that's how you know if someone's in alignment or not, because if they think that they're unsafe around me, it means they don't know who I am. I'm just that type of person. So I'm grateful to hear that, YOLO. So, okay, so let's go into the evening. So, hey, Borzine. Borzine was in the house. And the costumes were off the chain. I have to say, a Borzine, if we had to do a costume match, I love my costume. Many of you know my costume. I talked about my dress for days, and it slayed. I am unapologetic about the way that I looked. That dress slayed. I was in the 18th century, and I was a Creole existing in that house. I loved it. And a Borzine, if I had an award to give to the best male costume, you got that hands down. You and Salou. You and Salou had the costumes down to the T. Salou looked like he came straight out of the Victorian times, and a Borzine looked like he just came from doing like a ritual. He came dressed as a full-on a master occult, what is it? A master medicine man. So he came and dressed. So if you don't get a chance to see the pictures, it's on my Facebook. Some of it's on Instagram, and a lot of the actual masquerade you'll get to see on my Patreon. I mean, a Borzine slayed it. He came in like he just came out of the bayou, clearing, cleansing, getting demons off of people. You rocked that. I saw that costume. I was like, yes, yes. You and Salou. So big up to our Sun Stars who really dipped it out for the masquerade that we had on the 31st. And let me say this, family. If you didn't think that, hey, Crystal, how you doing, Mama? Thank you, my love. If you didn't think that Halloween in the bayou in New Orleans was anything, that veil was wide open. There wasn't a veil in New Orleans. There were spirits walking around. Selma called us outside. There were sightings. We saw UFOs in the sky above the house when we were inside the kitchen. I mean, literally every portal was open during that time. We had beings outside the house. We had something walking in the house as well. Oh yeah, Borzine had the rattle. He was going like this in the center. It was amazing. Big up to Neteru. Neteru was also there. We had an amazing doula on site. She was so beautiful, and I want to give her a shout out. Such a lovely, she reminds me of my girlfriend Jenny Sepulveda. She was such a lovely, lovely energy. I want to give a shout out to her because a lot of our young people showed up. We had Kevin who showed up. Big up to Kevin who showed up. Salou, Saki, it was a vortex on site. There's so much going on, YOLO. I wish you guys could be on this feed with me because I think I'm going to do Thursday and have you guys call in and give your accounts of what happened because there was so much going on site. So big up to Kevin. Our young people showed up, family. Big up to all the mommies. Let me give this first. Big up to all the mommies who let their babies come with me. Your babies were safe on our watch. We had elders and seasoned sea stars and sun stars that were watching over your babies. I know that you mothers know that I am a motherly person, and I'm so grateful that you entrusted me with your babies because they came on site and those babies were protected under our field. So big up to all the young ones. We had, of course, we had Kevin who showed up, who my little one was enamored with because he looks like Michael Jackson. He was 18. We have Saki who showed up. We had Neteru who came from Canada, who is a doula. We talked about child birthing. We had, who else? One of the other young people. Who was the other young ones? We had quite a few of them. Saki, Salou. We had Neteru, we had Kevin. That was the young crew. I mean, literally the young crew came in and it was beautiful. And we got in so many deep conversations and a lot of healing happened and activations. I mean, literally people's abilities, and Borzine, we're gonna talk, a lot of people's abilities came on site because we were in contact with each other. So We had the party, the soiree on the beautiful torches. The torches were lit up from front to back on the bayou. We had the torches in the back by the bayou. We had set up the whole decorum for the beautiful masquerade theme. It was amazing. The food that night was really, really good too. I really didn't favor the food for the conference, and I wouldn't do that again. Next time I'm gonna go to like a more authentic place, but they did a good job for the actual masquerade. With the food. So what else? I'm hot. Just talking about it is hot. So when I went down to the bayou, should I go there yet? Okay, so during the masquerade, we had several different things occurring. A lot of heat was there generated. We had twin flames show up on site. So let's go to the twin flames. So mind you, family, we didn't get any sleep. Let me state this. Anytime you come to, now I'm noticing, Ace was amazing, Ace. Big up to Ace that came in. Let me state this, so you know on next time you join me, we don't sleep when we get together. For some reason, it's like time stops and we just are unable to sleep. Like when we're together, it's almost like we just want to be open. We just want to be together the whole time, talking, loving each other. It's like we are meeting our star family and we just can't just be apart. It's the most amazing feeling in the world. I just, like I said, this conference, I thought the last conference was amazing. This one was totally different because it rocked my mind, my world, my spirit, my heart. My heart smiled from ear to ear, from the beginning to the end. I literally felt like coming home, like I was missing like part of myself. When I left you guys, I felt like I don't want to be apart from my star family again. And that's why I'm creating, and now I realize why I'm creating this sanctuary, because I felt like the love and the bonding was so intense that each one of us could not leave each other. It was like painful to like go to sleep. That's why we stayed up until like 5 a.m. until we like passed out, either laughing or making jokes, right, Selma? Oh my gosh. You cried. Selma was crying at the airport, then I'm crying in the car. It was so emotional. It was just amazing. So anyway, so we had the wonderful soiree, masquerade. We dropped it like it's hot. We had some good music, good food, great company. And I don't know how we made it to New Orleans the next day, because we were going to downtown New Orleans. Big up to those who joined us for the greet and eat. What was it? The greet and eat? So listen, it was like we were traveling as a galactic family. It was like 30 of us walking together in the middle of downtown, like following each other. It was like something out of like a time machine. Like we walked out of a time machine. It was like, hold your hands, stay together. So one thing I loved was the beignets. Big up to those who joined us who went to Cafe Beignet. The beignets were off the chain. I wish we had more. I was craving beignets this morning. The coffee was okay, but the beignets were off the rocker. So big up to all those that joined us. Again, you can see the pictures. Some on Instagram. I'll post some more. Can I please put a like on the video if you're coming in. It's gonna sound like I'm all over the place because the conference has me still high. The galactic energies, the family's energy has me still high. Yeah, it's the coffee too, Patricia. Thank you. Because remember, I didn't drink coffee before the conference, but darn Skippy had coffee after and during the conference. So, and you could tell I don't drink coffee for a while, because when I drink coffee from not drinking in a while, I get really like hyped up. So we went to Cafe Beignet. We met up with everyone. Like I said, the beignets, the powdered donuts were off the hook. Amazing. So let me show you. Some of our family gave me such beautiful gifts. Hold on. Where's the other one? Do I not have the other? Hold on, family. Okay. I just want to show some of the beautiful gifts that I got from the family, because I think they did such an amazing job. Oh, where's my... Okay. Hold on, family. Did you watch the conference? Can be watched. Yes, you can watch the conference it's in bits and pieces, because the energy was so high, it was glitching out the conference taping. So while I'm live on the conference, you'll see a break off, because every time there was so much energies going. Okay, let me stop. Let me start. Let me go where I go and just chill out, because there's so much that happens. I'm going to take my time sharing it. So big up to Cheryl Thank you, my love. You gave me such a beautiful gift. This is from Cheryl. She had made this, and I absolutely love it. Look at this. Look at that. She brought me this gift, and I was in such amazement, Cheryl. It is so beautiful. She knows that I love the hand of Fatima, and it's just so beautiful. She brought this to me, and Cheryl, I love you so much, and sometimes I'm like, don't do that. I just want you guys to come and enjoy. I don't want you guys buying me gifts, you know what I mean? But I'm so appreciative because you know how I love the hand of Fatima, and that is our shield. So I'm so grateful, and she bought that for me, and I'm really grateful. And also she bought me these amazing earrings. So I wanted to show that because I think she deserves it. Like the big ups is so pretty. So big up to Cheryl. Look at that. It's so pretty. I'm going to rock these earrings when I go out with my twin flame. My twin flame was watching everything. And my twin flame, big up to my twin flame, it was so sweet. He did not come because it was just too I didn't think it was appropriate. But he really was sending so much love and protection. And I felt it's a big up, sweetie, for doing that. So I'm going to rock my earrings from Cheryl with my sweetie when we go out tonight. And also Cheryl bought me this, which is beautiful. Big up, Cheryl. I love this. I gave a high five to everybody at the conference. So I wanted to show this because I think she deserves like kudos for that. It was so beautiful, right? So we got some stuff like that. And then I'll just read a beautiful card that she wrote me. Is it okay for me to read the card? Because I think people have to realize, I'm going to talk about some of the things we're done purposefully to try to keep people from coming from the conference. But is it okay if I read this? Yes? Okay. So she wrote me this beautiful card, and she also gave one to Selma too. And I'm not going to cry because I want to cry, but it says, I'm going to cry. Okay, hold on. Because I have eyeliner on. Hold on. Hold on, family. I get so emotional. Hold on. I don't want to cry. Okay, it says, I am thankful to the universe for aligning our souls in such a way that we are back together. We are where we belong. Love you and the girls. Do the outer galaxy and back. Love you, Cheryl. I was absolutely amazing. And before I go on, I just want to say this, because people from the conference will see this later. Each one of you really superseded my expectation. There was so much resistance and so many negative things said and done to keep people from coming to meet their family. And I want to say I'm so grateful that many of you just did not listen and you fought to come to be with us. And that you know now that there would be nothing harmful I would ever intend or do to anyone under my watch. I have conferences with my own children, and I thought it was very beautiful that many of the mothers entrusted their own babies to come and be under our watch. I'm thankful, and I'm grateful to each one of you. Were so helpful and so humble to be in my presence, and I don't take it for granted. So I thank you all for being supportive, and even those who didn't come. Many of you were sending lots of loving protection, and I can't say enough how I appreciate it. I mean, I just didn't think, because again, this is the second conference I'm doing. This one was a little different. It was a little tougher because I'd never been to the property before, and there were a lot of little things going on at the same time, and making sure that everyone got in safely. A lot went into the back lay and making this event happen, and it was not just me. I had the most amazing team that came in with me, and each person showed up and they showed out. They were so very helpful. So I have to give honor, and I wanted to read what Cheryl did because I want to give you a testament that though so much could be said or was created to be negative about the conference and people canceling and not coming and unable to come for whatever reasons, I want to make sure I let you know that it was because it was beautiful. And those who came were supposed to come. And I know that now. I won't ever question why someone doesn't come anywhere, because the ones who do come, that's who's meant to be there. So I thank you so much for being there. Like I said, there was this person calling people, telling them that I was going to hurt them, Like last year. I think last year was the same thing. Someone's calling people personally, telling them that I was going to hurt them. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Crystal. I appreciate. Love you, Fleur. You are true to your words. Sending love and peace. Thank you, my love. Thank you so much. There were, like I said, there were people calling. There was a girl calling from another channel, calling to other people, telling them that I was going to hurt them for the conference, telling them that I'd never been pregnant before, things like that. And I want people to know that there are going to be those people who are resistant or nasty or just haters. I would never hurt anyone. It's not even my spirit. And if I was going to do those things, I would never have my children on site. Just know that. If my children are on site, if you ever thought that, the fact that I only travel with my babies lets you know how safe it's going to be because I protect my children. So if that fact alone, you would always be safe in anything that I create. Ever. So I wanted to say that. It was so, oh my God, I'm sorry. Whew. Good Lord. So thank you for blocking whoever's on here. Trolls will come. So anyway, so beautiful event. We had the Masquerade. It was amazing. Costumes were off the chain. Everyone showed up and showed out. The decorations, I love the decorations I got because it just followed suit. The food was good for the Masquerade. Like I said, for the conference, I don't really like the food that much. I keep it real. So the next day we met at Cafe Beignets, a whole group of us, like a field trip. It was amazing. And I'm going to share something that had happened, but this is a testament that how beautiful it is when you come with your family and you're with your spiritual family. So we had planned to do a couple things. One of the places I wanted to definitely visit was Marie Laveau's graveyard, which we didn't get a chance to do. I'm actually going to fly up, I think, in January back to do some of the things I got a chance to miss. So maybe maybe some of you will fly up at the same time and we'll go in. Oh, no worries. Remember, this is not the first gathering. This is not the first gathering, and it won't be the last gathering. It was amazing. Yeah, there was a lot of resistance, and let me go into that a little bit to show some of the resistance, because I think you have to hear it, but also know that it can be overcome. Like I said, there was another person who was removed from Cypher, and I got to keep it real, because sometimes you guys don't know things because I don't share them because it's not worth it. But there was a young lady who was calling people from the conference. So if you were contacted by this young lady who was removed from Cypher from trying to get money from people in Cypher, and that's the only reason she was removed, and she wasn't too happy with that. So she made it a point to go and call people independently and tell them that I was never pregnant, that I was a demon, that I was stealing people's energy, I was stealing, what else was I doing? I was doing dark magic, I was coming to be, the same thing that the other people, it's a lie. So if anyone contacted you and saying that you should also detail the type of person who would do that and talk about someone's children, someone losing a baby. Any woman that would go around talk about someone who lost her children, who lost 2 babies, and, you know, notably was heartbroken and thought that was okay, you should know what type of person that is. So I'm putting that out there because I thought that was really disgusting. It's really quite sad and really quite malicious. So if you got a phone call from someone detailing or you were telling something, you should know me better than that. Even if you don't know me personally, you could have came to the conference and got to know me, and then you would know for certain that it wouldn't be my personality to lie about being pregnant or lie about having babies being lost. That's just facetious. Also, there was someone who was, no, it wasn't someone, people had tragic things happening to them, like that were trying to make them not come. You know, there was a lot of things happening where people were losing tickets, or things happening, or little weird glitchy things happening, like before they would fly out. Those were the energies, like the insipidous energy that was attempting to get in during the time when people were traveling. Oh, I thank you so much. Yeah, so there was a lot of like weird little glitchy things happening with people's computer, and also with Selma. Big up to Selma. During the day when we did our meet and eat and we were doing a little trek, there was an incident that happened that I'm going to get into that occurred because of so many different beautiful beings that are traveling together. So, needless to say,
battery low.
Oh, my thing is going off. Hold on. Let me turn this off. Okay.
Power off.
Whew, I still have bags underneath my eyes from not sleeping. Some of you realize we didn't get sleep, so I look a little tired. I'm looking at the screen now. I look a little tired, but that's okay. Can't stop, won't stop. I'm still up, and it's all good in the hood. So we went on our meet and greet. We met each other downtown. It was so pretty. It was so pretty when we went there. And we went to eat our powdered donuts. It was amazing. Yes, Baron, it was beautiful. Ada, Ace, Barry were amazing. The speakers were out of this world, literally out of this world. And let me see. So we went. So okay. So we had a chance to go to a couple places. Now, realize that we were supposed to go to Marie Laveau's graveyard, but it was so late because by the time we got up and went down to the beignet place, it was late, so we didn't make it there. So there's another place called the Hex. Now, why I'm going to tell you about this place is because you should avoid it like the plague. Let me state this: even though I like some of the stuff there, this place was, us going there was crazy. So we all trekked our way to the Hex. It was a place that we wanted to see, like all this kind of amazing like occult stuff. It was like a beautiful place. Well, we thought it would be a beautiful place. So we're walking, and as we went there, I'm not going to go too much into detail because I don't want to give too much credence to it, but I want to show you what happened. So we went there to the occult store, and we walked together. It was like a big field trip together. It was beautiful. We all walked in sync to the same place. We were looking around a place, the wonderful place. Well, I don't want to say wonderful. I got to take that back. We just looked around the occult place together, and one of our sea stars was approached by a demon. Now, let me state this, family. This is how you know the people that showed up at this conference were the bomb.com. We had the best and the strongest and the most powerful beings show up for the conference. So we were walking in the occult store. One of our sea stars was approached. The demon came in through the store. It was a brown male with some sort of clay in his hair. He probably was doing a ritual on Halloween. He still had like wax, green wax in his hair, like short reddish hair. He had lipstick, looked like he had lipstick the night before, but his lips were all caked up. He looked like he had makeup on. And he was talking to himself. He said he was looking for a book, and he wanted to come to one of our sea stars. And he approached her in her face, saying he knows her. And he was aggressive. So when she just put her head down, she walked around and we blocked him from going to her. He said he wanted to talk to her. And one thing that I loved about us collectively coming together is Carlos stepped in between him because this man was going to come for her. We weren't going to let it happen, but Carlos stood in between him to make sure he did not approach our sea star. And he got venomous. He started cursing, telling him he's going to murder him. I mean, it was insane. Like, he was using every F-bomb, saying what he was going to do, trying to intimidate him. And Carlos was unfazed. This is the divine protective warrior males that we had at our conference. Unwavering, unmoving, and unfazed. So this being was yelling, belligerent, demons, because remember, they were doing rituals. You know, all the veils were open. So this demon was trying to come for one of ours, and we weren't going to happen on sight. So he tried to walk around Carlos and come over my way. I was like, that's my sister. And he was trying to come towards us. So we each one of us blocked him. So he's unable to get to her. And Carlos made sure he wasn't going to go the other way. And eventually this being, this beast, this demon had to leave because he wasn't going to get to her. And if he came anywhere near her, he would have been taken down. So this is the kind of protection that I love seeing and witnessing with our divine males. Carlos came, he made sure we were all safe, and it was amazing. It was a masterful male, absolutely. And he was unfazed. He wasn't afraid. And then when all the incident happened, I wanted to share this story because to show you what happens when you're in the divine field of the higher consciousness. Oh no, Evo, I have to say to this, don't you worry, Evo. I got your message after the fact, and I wanted to say sorry. I'm so sorry, my love. I don't want to talk about it because I know I shouldn't talk about it in here. I'm so sorry for what I heard. I'm wishing you so much love and protection and nourishment. I am so sorry to hear that. I hope you're healing. And I hope everything's going to be okay. And if you want to talk, just give me a call. You know, if you text me, we'll do like a kiki. We can talk, okay? Because I feel really bad you weren't able to make it, but under the circumstances, it was understandable, okay? I'm very, very sorry. I'm very sad to hear that. What was I saying? So anyway, so during this whole incident, we didn't feel comfortable going outside. and we had talked to the owner, called the police, and we were given sanctuary. Listen to this, family. You need to hear this, because I want you to know, when you are in the alignment of the divine, you will always have sanctuary. They gave us sanctuary to a beautiful place in the back that literally was set up for us. It had water, what is it called? Water fountain, not a water fountain, like a water fountain. They had owls, which I broke the owl. I'm sorry for breaking the owl. They had a beautiful section set up, and they gave us sanctuary so that our sea stars could recover. They were so sensitive, and this is our young family. We had to make sure our young ones were secure, make sure they felt supported, make sure they felt loved, and each one of us stayed there. Then we had warrioresses going back and forth outside. Big ups to Vicky and Amy. They were going, we had our warriors up front going back and forth looking for this clown. This is how we rock. It was beautiful. This is amazing. They were pacing back and forth looking for this dude, going back and forth. So big up to our warrioresses. Listen, we had some women and men there that are about this life. So it was absolutely on point, going back and forth, looking to see where this clown was, seeing where he was so we could address him. So needless to say, I wanted to share that and share that we had a incident that happened that was literally taken care of. We needed to see and trust in each other. And this is where I say this conference did so much for our self-esteem, and also built a bond that is unwavering. We showed that we were unwavering against darkness, because there were beings out in New Orleans. And this is what I have to say about New Orleans. New Orleans has some empty cedars out there. There were beings talking to themselves on the street. It was the day after Halloween, the Day of the Dead. There were people walking like zombies, walking apocalypse out in New Orleans. It was literally interesting to watch that there were a lot of people there, and the wine and spirits does not help. Does not help. We had a chance to leave the facility once we felt safe. And the first thing that we wanted to do after we left is go back to the house, go get our, big up to all those who had their jammies on. Big up to all those who wore their, because we had pajama night where you had to wear your onesie. Mine was the TARDIS. So we wanted to go home, put on our pajamas. We had Pooh Bear. Sulu was Pooh Bear. I had the TARDIS on. Who do we had? We had unicorns. So the onesies, right, YOLO? So everybody just wanted to go back to the house and put on our onesie. Put on our onesie and go home and eat. That's all we wanted to do. We wanted to put on the fireplace. We had a beautiful fireplace at the house. So what many of us did, now listen to see how beautiful it was. Many of us went to go home to make sure that everyone was protected, and we were just tired at that point. But it was so amazing that the other ones who stayed out, they got us a whole bunch of food. So big up to YOLO, Vicky, Amy, Crystal, who else? All you guys made sure we ate, because we didn't get a chance to get any of the good food, because we got out of Dodge because of the demons that were coming for our young ones. So once we did that, we didn't get a chance to eat other than the beignets. And look how beautiful our family was. We all went back to the house. They knew we didn't eat, so they brought a commune of food, of everything, so that we could eat. It was so amazing. So amazing. And I was so thankful and grateful. I was like, oh my gosh. We were so hungry. YOLO, right? YOLO came in with like food of mass beauty. We were so happy and grateful. So we sat there, and each one of us is eating and like sharing food. It was so bonding. Like, you know what I mean? We got our jammies on. We're sitting at the table. We're talking about everything. So it was thebomb.com. So thank you again for Borzine, YOLO, Liz, Barry. Who else was there? Cheryl, Amy, Vicky, everyone who really did that for us. I'm so grateful. Thank you for that. You didn't realize, like, you saved our palates, because Florban likes to eat, and we were tired, so we didn't get a chance to stop and do everything. So we did our eat and greet, and unfortunately, but fortunately, we didn't get to sleep. So, for everyone who joined us for our meet and eat, we came to the house, and when did everybody leave? YOLO, did you guys leave at like 5 in the morning? No one left the house. We were up until like 5 in the morning, knowing we rebuked those demons. We did, knowing we had a conference. So let me say this to anyone who went to the conference. I apologize for it being late started. And many of the people who were in the early stages of the conference, like who went to the Masquerade, who went to the meeting, knew why we were late. But the people who were just showing up just for the conference, I apologize to you, because you guys had no idea that Flurboon and the rest of us hadn't gotten any sleep. We literally went to sleep like 6 o'clock in the morning. We had a conference that was supposed to start, and people were supposed to come in at 11 o'clock. And we were done. One of the young ladies walked in and my hair was wrapped and I had my TARDIS. I know she was like, oh, Flurbo. So let me say I apologize to anyone who came in. I know you guys say you were okay with it, but I have to apologize. Why? It's because, I talked so much smack on one of the conferences in New York City. See how karma has it? This is a little bit of my learning lesson. I have to apologize because I got a little bit of karma because I had criticized the conference I went to in New York City. And I have to acknowledge this because sometimes, you get humbled by criticizing somebody else for having a late conference, but mine ran late because we were up, dropping in like it's hot, eating food until like 6 in the morning, and we were exhausted. And I have to apologize to the promoters of the conference in New York for being so judgmental, because I think a lot of times you don't know something until you, you said you invented karma, TK. You don't know something until you experience it. So I have to apologize for that, because now that I experience what it's like to be hosting a conference and have that to myself, right? You went with me? I said, you went with me to the conference in New York, right? Remember? Capricorn? Yeah, we went and I criticized them, but now I realize sometimes it's just a matter of like, you just maybe something happens or so on. So, oh, Keisha, right? Keisha was with me, right? And I was criticizing them like, why are you late? I was calling it CP time, you see? So I want to say that because I'm not too humble to apologize and also take back, because now I know what it's like to be a promoter of something and to have an event and things not go quite on time. So let me state this right now. I apologize to all those who, Keisha, we got to meet up. I'm coming to New York. Keisha, I'm coming to New York in a couple weeks. So I'm going to meet up with some of you guys. I'm going to meet up with some of you guys in New York. So I'll be in New York in like, I think 3 weeks, and we're going to do a meet and greet. Okay. So I'm coming up for Thanksgiving. Okay. So Keisha, just message me. Okay. You're Capricorn in here. Make sure you just, what kind of name is that? We got people in here with weird names, like trolls. You live in New York, Sexy Pretty? Yeah, we'll do a meet and greet, okay, for those who didn't come, because a couple of people couldn't come to the conference, and I'll do a meet and greet with some of the sea stars in the city, okay? Thank you, Narda and Selma, for getting that name out. I don't know what kind of, that's a Satanist? We got Satanists in here. Yeah, there was a lot of occultism, so don't be surprised because the demons were coming for us on the thing. So again, I apologize for being late for the conference. Our conference was supposed to be at 1 o'clock. I don't think we started until like 3 or 4. So, and it just was technical stuff. We had to change. It got a little, but it was beautiful. Let me say this. The conference site was beautiful. They had blankets outside. It was beautiful. Another thing, the chairs didn't come for the conference. Many of you don't know that I had ordered chairs to come from the place and they never showed up. They did refund me. People were worried about that. They did refund me for the chairs. I had 50 chairs coming in. They never came. They never called. He apologized today after I told him I wasn't going to pay for the chairs, and that's going to be refunded. But the chairs that we had was beautiful. We actually made it happen. So big up to all those who joined us. The chairs, it didn't matter because we had beautiful setup outside. We had blankets outside and so on. So it was beautiful. It made it better. I think it did. It made it better, Cheryl. So our conference went on Saturday. It was amazing. And let me tell you, the intel, this is why I know that people could not make it. The intel at the conference was off the chain. And the fact of the matter is, I will say this, when Ada shared, big up to Ada. Ada came in, her presentation had, we were getting like uploads, downloads, getting like activations. It was insane. It was insane. So big up to Ada. Ada, you're the bomb.com. Oh, she slayed it. And listen to this. Ada almost couldn't make it. Do you understand how many times they were trying to get people not to make it? They literally were trying to make sure nobody came. Ada's car didn't make it. She activated you, right, YOLO? Her car couldn't come. She had to book a flight last minute. I had to make sure she got there. She almost didn't make it, family. That's when they were trying to make sure that people were not coming up. But guess what? Did Ada allow that to happen? Because can't stop, won't stop. She came anyway. She was one of my speakers. She wasn't going to have it. She said she made a commitment to me. And this is why I say big up to Ada. Ada said she made a commitment to come and she was going to come. And that's how I know it was absolutely beautiful. Hey, Hale, beautiful name. I had a dream I watched another me, but older, sign contract with blood from finger. She seemed like a distraught mother, but she felt it had to be done. Oh, wow. You had contact with your other self. See, that's the alternate timeline. That's the ultimate timeline. Now, Ace came in. He was giving activations. Ace did the light language, which I thought was so incredible. And then he was giving codes. Now, Ace is an artist, which was so amazing because Ace was showing his diagrams and his art, and it was like activating. His pictures were like activating. And then he shared with his some of the light language and also some of the activations that he's able to document. So that was amazing. So big up to Ace. And he was our young sun star. And that's why I say, I love the fact that he came and he had adversity. His car started leaking. He almost didn't make it. But guess what? Can't stop, won't stop. Because when you're committed to doing something, you just do it. He said he was going to come. Ace didn't care what happened. He came and he was safe. See, that's what I'm saying. People had to know that they were safe. And he had so much faith. And I have to say, faith and commitment to me that he was going to make it. Same with Ada, same with Barry. They were committed to coming, and I really respect that and I honor that because it made me feel really, really respected. And I felt like y'all did it for me initially, but you did it for everybody because everyone benefited from you coming there. So big up to Ace who spoke. Phenomenal. It was his first time speaking. He did an incredible job. I know it was somewhat nerve-wracking at the beginning, but he had his presentation. My presentation got left, so actually my presentation got lost in the sauce. So I had to do impromptu, but then my presentation was found later in a purse. Go figure that. And let me state this. Our conference was going on. We had our talkers, our speakers going on until, what time did we end the conference? Like 4 o'clock in the morning? No, everybody left at 5 o'clock in the morning, conference night, right? And a big up to Cosmic Poet who did poetry. He came all the way from California. Thank you for coming, Cosmic Poet. He actually did some poetry. What do we have? These crazy people coming on so early. This is crazy. They're already starting trolling. 3 a.m., Baron? I think it was 3 a.m., right? Baron, it was 3? Yeah, it was maybe 3. No, but you guys probably left at 3. Everybody left at like 5 o'clock in the morning or 6 because we were packing up the car at like 8 o'clock. Nobody got sleep. It was crazy. Y'all actually left early, Baron. We were up until like 6 or 7 in the morning because big up to the crew who helped us pack up my truck because I rented a van. Oh, thank you. You were so tired, right? You were tired. I was exhausted. Big up to everyone. Ebony came, right? Big up to Ebony. Thank you, Ebony. I appreciate it. What's happening? We are you coming to Atlanta, Georgia, Charleston, Carolina? I live there. I'll just be coming to, what happened? I'm sorry, I'm looking at this. Oh, it was Kareem. It was like 6 o'clock in the morning, right? Oh, let me just say, and Barry was our last speaker. Barry was still speaking until 2 o'clock in the morning. I mean, literally, big up to Barry. Barry was the last speaker because it was late and so many things were happening. Thank you so much, Barry Littleton, for coming in and showing up. He said he had the most fun ever. He said it was the best. It was almost like a retreat. So big up to Barry Littleton. He made the conference amazing. He made us laugh all night. He was amazing. Barry had me laughing until, right, Amy? Barry had me laughing. We had jokes of mass destruction. There was so many jokes and laughing. It was such an amazing experience. Okay, so let me go into this, family. During the conference night, we decided, big up to Sulu, we decided to heal and free those from the bayou. So we actually went out and did our clearance for the bayou. We held hands together. Big up to Salu, big up to Neteru, big up to Saki, big up to Ada, big up to Selma, big up to, no, did Barry join us for that night? Big up to Salu, big up to my little ones. Who else joined us? Big up to Kevin. Who else joined us for the, to clear the bayou? It was a lot of us, right? Hey, Neteru. Remember we went to the bayou, so what we did was we took off our shoes. It was freezing. Let me say the vortex, let me explain this. New Orleans had a vortex that opened, that ripped wide open. It was freezing. The gates of heck, I don't want to say the word, the gates of heck were open. It was freezing. One day it was warm when we first got there, and you knew the vortex was open because it gets cold. So we went by the bayou, we took off our shoes, put our feet in the soil over by the bayou. There was a vortex. It was like a little vortex between two trees. And we spoke our names and we cleared our people from the bayou. We spoke our names and we cleared them. We freed those who were stuck in that waterways, who were killed, murdered, and thrown in there. It was absolutely powerful. And as we're clearing, we're seeing a light at the end of the bayou. It was a little disconcerting though. I have to say, you see, I was looking down as we cleared them. I'm looking down on the bayou that was dark, and like a luminous light is coming, like a boat is coming down like a boat was coming down the waterways, and you're seeing it getting wider and wider and wider as we're clearing and clearing. So big up to those who helped, especially Salu, oh, we were in tears. Salu, Neteru, Saki, Kevin, Ada, Selma. My little ones were there because I get down like that. And it was so, YOLO, right? YOLO was there. It was powerful. And literally our feet warmed up when we had our feet in the soil by the bayou. We warmed up. We were unafraid. We didn't care if alligators were there because we were protected. And we were going to free our people from the bayou. It was absolutely amazing. And to confirm that it worked, that we freed the beings and the souls that were stuck in the bayou, first thing in the morning, my little one goes out in her unicorn outfit, and she's kneeling over to see a doggy. And we think that the little boy was a spirit. And a little blonde, a very fair-headed little blonde boy came from nowhere. He couldn't be any older than 5 years old. We don't know where he came from. He came out of the blue, 5 years old, a little blonde boy. He looked like he came out of some other time. And he came over to my little one, and he was talking to her, while my little one's playing with the dog, and they're talking to one another. So we healed the bloodlines, family. We had the Creole was my representation, and we had a little lunar boy, little blonde boy from probably back in the 18th century, and he came. We freed that little boy. We don't know where he came from. There's nobody letting a five-year-old little boy walk around like that, and there was a dog there. And the two bonded, meaning that what we did that night freed those souls from the bayou. So big up to everyone who did that. We were going to be the change we wanted to see in the world. So we cleared the house from any brotherhood that was working in that house. They got good music. They had sea stars. So any darkness that was done in that occult house, we cleared the house and we cleared the bayou property. So big up to everyone who joined us for that. Let's see. Nola turned into a garbage dump. Over the last 20 years, I stay far, far away from the place. Last time I was there, I saw some guy get shot in the broad daylight, almost in front of a car. It is a lot of darkness there. I will say that. You're absolutely correct. There was a lot of darkness there, but we cleared it. We knew that we were safe. That you just have to know that you're safe. We were walking amongst the walking dead. You could see people were dead. You could see a lot of drug use. There was a lot of alcoholism, wine and spirits. That place is being used as an open portal to allow beings to step in people's bodies. We witnessed that. Each one of us witnessed that. So we got a chance to see it. No, I don't think that was CERN that made it cold. There was a lot of chemtrails though. I've never seen so many chemtrails in my life, right? We got there and we woke up and Selma said, oh my God, they're making a pentagram in the sky. We go outside. There is back to back to back. There was tons of chemtrails going back to back to back. I've never seen anything like that. So New Orleans is being a test site for experimentation and also for demons. So I will say this, we got to be careful with that. So just be careful going there. Yeah, Katrina, because of Katrina, remember, I haven't been to New Orleans since before Katrina. So it is a portal. The portal was heck, it was. but I haven't been there since Katrina. So I'm assuming, because when I went to New Orleans, it did not look like that before. I didn't get that feeling before. This is oh yes, we saw, I know we're going all over the place. This is the first time that I ever saw so many things going on. Hale, what do you think I did? Also, I feel a shaman. I did ceremony I did a ceremony with here in Peru, maybe physically attacking because she seemed jealous of me being with my partner. Sorry for the interrupt, love. No problem, Halea. There's a lot going on if you're seeing and witnessing things like that. Would you send me a message, Jan? Where did you send a message? Oh, you did, Jan, about the trails? I'm going to check it out. I'm going to check out the, I didn't read all my messages. No, I didn't get the IJ message. I'm going to go in there and look at the messages, love. Because I just got back at 4 in the morning yesterday. So I didn't get a chance to check out all the messages. I'll check it out. On IG. You just moved back to Louisiana from Columbus. It was very interesting. I will say that there's something going on in New Orleans, and it isn't positive. It isn't. There's a lot of darkness there. I mean, we were walking like, you know, we were suited up like we were Neo and Morpheus and Trinity. We walked in that piece like we were powerful. So they knew, those beings were looking at us, and they saw one of our sea stars, and they saw her power, and they were trying to come for her. But we let them know, not on our watch. You're not touching her. We're going to make sure we protect her, and we're going to make sure we got her back, because they were attempting to do it. And it was demons looking at her too. So this is real. And yes, like you said, we did see, did I bring my, I was good. You weren't going to do anything. That's all I know. You know, I'm about that life. There isn't anybody that would touch it. And I'm with my offspring. You already know how Florburn gets down with her offspring. So y'all are my family. They wouldn't get down like that. We did see the ships up at the top. We did see ships. So there was multiple ships, right, YOLO? Selma noted the ships at first. So it was freezing outside. So we go outside and we saw the ships. There was a collective of ships. It was quite a few. So it looked like, I think it was one ship that had multiple illumination, but there were 2 other ships that were seen. So we did get sightings. And also, I have a feeling that we may have had interaction because the time didn't seem right. It almost seemed like it would be 1 o'clock, and then all of a sudden, like 3 hours later. So I think we might have been in a time portal. I'm not sure. I haven't vetted out. I'm going to ask people who were there, but it seemed like there was a time portal there as well, because time just seemed to elapse a little differently. You have pictures? Nisha, can you send the pictures? I don't know who had the salute. Do you know who has the group picture? Can someone get the group picture? Because I didn't get the group picture. Can someone send it to me? Because I don't think I was on the list. Can you guys send me the group picture that we took in front of, and Lisa was there. Big up to Lisa. Lisa's from Baton Rouge. She actually drove. Lisa stayed with us too. Can someone send me, you can send it? Oh, thank you, Amy. Amy's got the picture. Thank you, because I didn't get the group picture. I wanted to actually post it on here with us, with our group picture. Thank you, love. And also, okay, so let's get into twin flames and the power of twin flames. So big ups to Susan and her twin flame. Susan is part of the programming, the super soldier programming. We love Susan. Susan is our people. We rock with her, and we're very protective of Susan. Susan, we shielded ourselves. I don't want to tell how we shielded ourselves because I don't think we should do that publicly. We came with multiple shields. So let's see. So Susan came and she was talking about her twin flame. Now, Susan is, again, one of our super soldiers. She's in contact with multiple beings, and she's been part of the programming for a long time. Her twin flame showed up. Now, let me tell you, family, for those who don't believe in twin flames and the power of twin flames, I know it was her twin flame. We all recognize it. Everybody on here will tell you. We recognize that was her twin flame. They were doing some interesting things there, but Florbrun's this eye had closed because I got some sort of infection from staying up all night. Not infection, my eye was red, and I was trying to wear Barry's patch. Big up to Barry. Barry had a patch. And I attempted to put the patch on, but it looked crazy. My eye was really bothering me, and it was the day before the conference. So Susan came in the bedroom. We were all lying on the bed. That's how it was wonderful. Susan came in the bedroom, and she said, "Do you want me to work on you?" And I never let anyone work on me. And I knew at that point, I trusted her. And I said, you know what? Okay. and she was with her twin. Her twin had just showed up on site. Let me tell you, family, she worked on my eye. Everyone can testify to this. Everyone, this is how I love when we all witness things. She worked on my eye, and she worked on it for maybe not even 5 minutes. She did a lot of energy work. My eye was cleared within 10 to 15 minutes. Everyone saw it. My eye went from being swollen and red to nothing. Everybody saw me the next day in conference. You would never know my eye was infected. She cleared my eye. And while she's doing it, she's talking about how she loves her twin flame. Right, Carlos? You all saw it. That's the power of a twin flame. When twin flames activate, they clear. They can do anything. She was fixing people's feet. She was doing work on people. It was amazing. It was amazing to witness. Please put a like on the video. It says I have 2 likes. I don't know why. It doesn't even say anybody's in the room. This is another thing, family. Let me say, let me go back. Selma's phone was knocked out. Let me go back to our field trip to a place called the Hex. When the demon wanted to come for one of ours, they had blanked out Selma's phone. Selma sent me a message saying, don't go there. Something's weird about the place. Her, Borazine, and Liz had gone there. They didn't like the place we were going to. Selma sent me a message because me and the group were walking towards the place. She said she didn't like it. It was a weird place. Oh, thank you. I didn't see the likes. I can't see. It says 2 likes on my end. See, this is what I'm talking about. She sent me a message, family. The messages never got there. We ended up going there and experiencing that. But guess what they did to Selma's phone? They shut her phone down. I didn't get her messages until 4 hours later when we were home, and they totally disassembled her phone. Her phone totally stopped working. She's coming from Vancouver. So her phone totally left the building. They shut off her phone. That's how the demons work, family. That's how you know they were working there. They're trying to incept on us, making sure that we went to the Hex. That was very interesting. And also, Selma, you don't know, my phone stopped working. It won't even charge anymore. Because of the energies and because of the inception and a lot of things going on over there, my phone stopped charging because of it. Oh, Netaru. This is Netaru for the conference. Oh, Netaru, thank you. I see. I don't get to open it. I'm not going to open it. Thank you, Mama. Netaru actually sent me pictures for the conference. I wanted the group picture. So big up to Selma. You got a new phone? Thank goodness. It didn't work. It just stopped working. And they did it when she sent me the message saying for us not to go. Remember? You told us not to go. But you know what? I didn't listen to Selma because we saw her. She was like, it was okay. She actually said it to me, but I didn't listen to her. And we ended up going there, and that's what happened. Always listen to your first mind. So big up to the twin flames showing up in the house. We had 2 sets of twin flames, and somebody else I think was twinning. So we had a Borazine and Liz. Big up to our twin flames. Those are twin flames. They showed up, powerful couple, showed a lot of energy, very beautiful, very astute. You can feel the pulsation when they walk around each other and when they interact with one another. That's a testament. Now Susan and her super soldier mate. Susan and her super soldier mate. He came, we met him for the first time, and you would not go unlooked because when he came, we accepted him. We accept all people. We respect, and as long as you're here for the betterment of humanity, we respect you, and we opened arms to her twin flame because that's one of ours. We want her to be in love, and she found her mate. And let me tell you, he was her twin flame. Powerful couple. They were doing some interesting things at the conference. It would be like a movie if you saw it. So some of you may see it I don't know if anybody recorded it. We had some really interesting things going on at the conference. I think, I can't. I mean, I can't tell you everything. There was some stuff going on at the conference that you wouldn't even believe it. You wouldn't even believe it until you saw it. I mean, we're very eclectic people, and we show up in so many different ways. So we accept each other's quirkiness and idiosyncrasies because we know that we literally know that we're lonely and we're not. This is a time that we have the chance to get together, and we really respected and honored the moment. So we accept all of who we are. Yes. So, okay, let me show you some of the other stuff I purchased. That was fun too. So, big ups to the shop that was next door. When you guys were going, look at the cup that I got from the place. I got my mermaid cup, which was great because I felt a mermaid energy there, an elemental energy there. I love this cup. So this is amazing. I bought this to have my coffee in. when I do my coffee, you know, when I do my mock coffee, when I'm not drinking a lot of coffee. This is a beautiful cup, so I wanted to show that. My mermaid cup. Okay. It was from this really cool. And then I got my UFO earrings. It's like my UFO earrings. This is really cool. I wanted to show you some of the stuff that's in New Orleans. They have the coolest things here. So I have the like New Orleans earrings here. I thought this was really cool. I'm gonna rock that. I got my dragon pen. Do you know? They have like dragon pens. So I got a dragon pen. They had a sale on pens. Hold on. I got my dragon pen. I love this. Then I had like my snake, my serpent pen. I got a lot of Naga. You know, I went to get the representation of everything, right? And I got my UFO pen. Look at my ET guy. I got my UFO pen. So I got some cute little knickknacks there. You know what I mean? What else? Oh, and of course, in the fashion, I like this. And of course, I got this. Selma, thank you, Selma. Selma was the one who told me to go get this. It's beautiful, right? So this is for all the haters. This is for you. Boom, right in your face, haters. Don't be a hater, be an appreciator. I love this. It's so beautiful, right? You see this over here? It's like a beautiful mosaic. I love this. So big up to Selma, who told me to get that. She actually told me the store. We were like running outside when we had to go to the bathroom, and I went to go get that out there. And then of course I got they had really cool stuff there. I didn't go shopping as much as I would have liked. So I got my Hamza book. You know, I like to get my Hamza book. But Saki got the coolest book. She got the big one. I didn't get it because I wanted a specific type of book, but this was cool. I got that. I didn't do tons of shopping because we had to kind of boogie on out there. So I'll go back. But it was, we got to do some fun stuff there. What time is it? I'm going to have to head on out. I'm going to head on out at 12. What else? So I think, what else did I have to share? So we had twin flames on site. So we had twinning going on site. We had super soldiers. We had, big ups to the mommy who shared, she talked about her baby seeing, ETs, and one of the ETs that her children saw was actually one of the illustrations that Barry Littleton showed at the conference. So big up to the mommy who shared her daughter's journey with seeing one of the extraterrestrials that Barry actually has as illustration. I thought that was very interesting. That's why I say how we meet up is very relative. I personally think that everybody who showed up at the conference were part of an alliance. I have a feeling that those who showed up were part of an alliance, many different beings, whether you're Lyrian, Syrian, Anunnaki, Arcturian, Andromedan, some of the elementals. I personally think because we came collectively, I think it was only those who were part of the alliance that came. So that's why I think it showed up in that way. I think the shield that I had only allowed those who were in the alliance. So, I thought it was so amazing. And I'm not saying that the people who are being sidebarred, I think definitely they're part of the alliance, but I think they just tried to really get as many people out so that you weren't activated, because we were activated there. We were literally activated. Each one of us activated each other. We were getting pulsations here. Everybody was getting like activations. I mean, literally we felt every single moment that we were there, we were being activated. So it was amazing. I think that's, what else did we do? There was a couple things like we were seeing spirits walk. Oh, and another thing, Barry Littleton had contact with a Sasquatch there. Another contact with Bigfoot. So Barry Littleton actually was having interactions, what he thinks, and he knows, he went to the SETI Ranch, and the Bigfoot, the Sasquatch was interacting with Barry. He actually was having interaction with Barry, was having interaction with another Sasquatch, which I didn't realize Sasquatch is actually in that region. So he'll actually share that story on his channel. So when he does, or maybe we'll talk about it on the show, but he was having interaction with Sasquatch. So we had a lot of things going on. Twin flaming, clearing past karmic debt from years of doing in dastardly deeds. We had occultism on site, bells on the wall. We had spirits walking around the property. We had a freeing of souls from the bayou. We had a demon attack at the store. We had literally inception from all kinds of demonic people trying to stop people from coming from the conference. We had a lot of inception from those who were attempting to come to the conference with things stopping them, literally halting them. We had, what else? We had activations from the twinning on site. I think the twinning actually activated more twinning, because I think the twinning in itself started to trickle into more twins. So people who attended the conference, you shouldn't be shocked if you start twinning because you were infected. You were sparked by the other twins. Because you were sparked by the twins, now you guys will probably start twinning. I think it's amazing. So I guess that's it. I'm not going to go too much more into it. There's probably so much more I could share. Barry Littleton, just look up sharing, go to Barry Littleton's channel, just Barry Littleton. I just want to give a big happy shout out to everyone that attended the conference. I'm really grateful for all the loving support. All the sea stars, Amy, Vicky, Liz, Aborazine, Selma, Salu, Netaru, Saki, Tiffany, everybody was so helpful. I mean, literally, I didn't want them to do anything. They helped us pack up the van. They helped keep it clean in the house because, it's a party in the home. Even though the owner said that the house looked like a frat house. He's so exaggerative. It didn't look like we cleaned that house up. It's so beautiful. He said it looked like a frat house when we were done. There were a lot of donations to the thing, and I really appreciate for people spending their time and money coming to the conference. A lot of times, I think when I make the conference happen, and the price that I charge people to come to the conference, it's all relative. Every dollar that you donated to the conference went totally to the conference. I made zero money from the conference, but this was a gathering. So I want to let you know, everybody who donated their money to the conference, you paid for that conference. You made every bit of the decorations, the food, you made it so we had a beautiful home. You guys paid for that. So I'm very grateful that you were able to do that. And that's what allots for me to do a conference. This conference isn't about coming up or making money. I've made $0 from the conference. Let me just state that. And it's not what I intend. The conference is for us collectively to come together, to do things and be able to have these gatherings. And each one of you who donated their time and resources, you are the reason why it happens. I want to give you total credit for allowing that to happen, because without that, maybe it wouldn't be so masterful. So I thank each one of you for doing that, taking a chance, and also big up to all the speakers. You really made it happen. I'm really grateful that you really took the moment in time to come and speak at my conference. You said you were going to do it, and you did it, and you made sure you showed up. And even with resistance, you guys weren't wavered by it, because you rock with me. So I'm really grateful to that. And everyone who traveled to the conference, even though people said that they were going to try to hurt people going there, everyone who traveled to the conference was safe. People traveled. Every single person who traveled to my conference traveled safely, and every single person who went home traveled safely home. So can't stop, won't stop. For those who were talking mad smack about my conference and people not getting there safe or not going home safe or hurting them, saying something negative was going to happen to them, booyah, it was all good in the hood. Because again, when you rock with Fleur Brune, I will do everything to make sure that when you're with me and when you're traveling on my behalf and going home, you will always be safe. Just know that every single time that rainbow carried that plane, and every single person was safe traveling there and fro. So big up to everyone who had faith in that, who knew that, and who understood that, and took that extra step to go past the adversity and make it to the conference. I'm so grateful. It's the most beautiful conference I've ever done. I can't say enough. This superseded my expectations and everybody else's. I'm so grateful. I'm sorry again for the late time on the conference on Saturday, but everything else, I will be unapologetic about everything else, because it turned out masterful and beautiful. So I hope if you get a chance, if you want to see part of the conference, especially some of the some of the talk speakers, you can always go to my Patreon at patreon.com/Fleurbroon. If you want to get a chance to see the conference, if you want to see the costumes at the conference, the beautiful Masquerade, you can also see that on Patreon. It was beautiful. So I'll allow you the opportunity. And what's the other announcement? Okay, so the other announcement is that's the last conference Fleurbroon is doing for a while until my sanctuary is up and running. So once I have my sanctuary up, I will give conferences only on my own property to allow for me to have full control over everything that goes the ebb and flow of my conference. So big up to those in the future who end up coming to my place in the sanctuary to go to the conferences. But for those who want to travel with me, I felt like this was beautiful how we did a retreat. Fleurbroon will start doing galactic traveling. So we will start traveling together, and I will have certain places that we go to with Pinnacle, UFO, and ET interactions. So now I'm going to call it the Galactic Travel with Fleurbroon. We will pick sites that are pinnacle sites to be cleared. So now we will energetically travel to places and clear them, and also give us the time to enjoy ourselves. Because I realized the conference was mostly about socialization. And I think a lot of us are missing that with the non-interaction with the matrix people or the empty seaters. And I realized that it's more important for us to get together and feel together. It activates us. It also builds a community and solidifies, some sort of peace and serenity with ourselves. So I will start doing that once or twice a year. I will give people opportunities to be able to go, and we will do our wonderful travel. So now we're taking our traveling on the road. I'm a Sagittarius, we travel. So that will be the next step. We will start doing traveling to pinnacle sightings and pinnacle places that need to be cleared. And we will start doing that starting in the year 2013. For the other people who are unaware of it's 2013 next year, it'll be 2020 for you and the Gregorian calendar awareness, okay? So we'll start doing that then. I'll give plenty of time for everybody to opportunity to book for those things, and we'll do it as a travel group, okay? And we'll start next year. So I think we're good. Oh, thank you for the 1313 donation. I appreciate it. So thank you for everyone again who joins in the conference. You are the bomb.com. All the supernatural, all the UFOs, all the spirits, all the clearances, all the activations, all the twin flames. We had everything on site. Whoever attended, you were very, very lucky because you experienced everything in one whole beautiful conference. And that was more than anything I could have ever had an expectation for. So a big up to y'all. Enjoy your activations. Enjoy getting some rest. Fleurbroon needs to go sleep. I'm going to hang out with my twin flame tonight because he missed me as all heaven. And again, when you hear things negatively about Fleurbroon, refer to this video because can't stop, won't stop. You can say what you want. You can hate me now. But at the end of the day, it only shows more about yourself and more about the work that you need to do on yourself. If you have to take the time out of your day or your life to talk about me, can't stop, won't stop. All right. So I love you, family. Have a masterful day. I'm gonna go and do more things, and of course all of y'all should get a massage. I forgot, I booked a massage. Get a massage, because I think all of us need rest, sleep, and a massage. All right, family, I love you. I know the coffee has me talking like a mile a minute, but I won't be drinking coffee in a couple of days again. I just enjoyed myself at this time. All right, take care. And I shall probably be on Instagram maybe. No, I can't be on tonight. I'm going out. I'll be on Instagram sometime this week. All right, family, I love you. Peace, peace. Peace. I can't even see.